The strategy we announced at the end of 2016 is really starting to come through and show that it's working. And so we said then we'd focus on 5 core assets. And so if I go forward to today, all 5 of those assets now have very significant growth opportunities. Obviously, it's really pleasing to see the growth in the Cooper Basin, because the Cooper Basin was one of the most stressed assets. It was a very high cost asset. And so now here we are showing that we are the lowest cost onshore developer, and all that sacrifice and all the hard work that our staff have put in over the last 2 years is really coming through, and we're seeing stronger gas production and stronger oil production. So that's really pleasing. I think what pleases me the most from this set of results is the fact that the signal that the return of a dividend for our shareholders sends to all of our shareholders, in that that's the end of that programme of debt reduction and repairing the balance sheet. And so for me, as a CEO who back in 2016 recommended to the board that we stop paying a dividend, the first time Santos has stopped paying a dividend in order to repair the balance sheet and reset the business, I'm really pleased that we've been able to declare today that we're returning to paying sustainable dividends going forward. Well, our core asset strategy was all about building growth opportunities around existing infrastructure positions that we're already in. The Quadrant assets are assets we know well. We've been partners in the key assets for a number of years, so we know those assets very well. And so this is just a continuation of that strategy. But very importantly, and I think really exciting for our staff, is the recent Dorado discovery offshore Western Australia that Quadrant have had, which offers us now a very material new oil and gas development opportunity for the future, which I'm sure is going to be very exciting for many of our staff. It's a real compliment to the efforts of everybody across our company that in a time where we're seeing oil price inflation drive cost inflation across many of our competitors, our people have continued to improve the operations. And as I've said all along, this is not just about cost out, this is about cost efficiency. And so we are now drilling record times for wells, with 3.1 days to drill a gas well in the Cooper Basin this year, and 2.6 days in Queensland. And so we're just continuing to get better at what we do. And ultimately, cost of supply will be our differentiation. And if we are the low-cost supplier, that's going to make us a far more robust business in the future and avoid the pitfalls that we saw in 2016 when oil prices go to the low points of the cycle.